Joe.
Hi, how you doing?
I saw this thing on Twitter,
Oh boy.
and I wanted your opinion on it.
Oh boy.
I was told.
So wait.
This.
How should I introduce this episode? Because this just kind of randomly started.
You don't have to introduce it because this is enough right here.
All right.
I saw that Legend of Zelda.
Oh boy.
Is too long and convoluted. This was on Twitter. Too long and convoluted, and the story is really just about a boy chasing after a woman. And apparently it's not good. What is your thoughts on
that? So my thought on that is,
I knew he was gonna be
mad. And that's the crazy thing, is I'm not actually mad because everybody is entitled to their opinion. But I would have to highly disagree because you have not played The Legend of Zelda actually. Because the thing about it is, if you're just playing the game to play the game, then you're not actually going to be playing the game for real. Because if you're just sitting there playing the game, you're going to continually... let me reset that. Let me reset that for a second. Hold on. Because my mind is kind of like trying to process this. Hold on. So The Legend of Zelda is mostly about a huge story. It's a huge story. If you haven't played other Zelda games, then you're not gonna be able to actually piece this story together. Sure, a lot of it looks like it's about the same. Sure, a lot of it actually kind of falls into the same categories and the same mode and everything, but The Legend of Zelda in itself is a masterpiece because of the in-depth pieces of it, that if you're not looking for it, you're not going to see it. And yes, it's going to look like it's one of those kinds of games. And that's going to be the way it is for every other game. You're wrong. You're wrong. Because The Legend of Zelda is actually a masterpiece. And it doesn't matter how anybody takes it or how anybody perceives it, because in the end of the day, tell me anybody who can actually beat Ganondorf. First of all, because my Ganondorf friend is out, by the way, that mob is not going to be defeated by anybody unless they are using light magic, which is, again, really hard to obtain. I don't know a whole lot of characters that use it, but at the same time, anybody who can, good job. Then on top of that, you have Link, who is, man, he's taking on bigger things than his own self. Like, he's taking on even dead things.
Yeah.
And killed them. How do you kill what's already dead?
Right.
And then you have Zelda, who we are realizing is not as defenseless as it seems, because in Breath of the Wild exclusively, she actually had the ability to hold back the calamity for 100 years on her own, by herself. Like, the calamity was no joke in their world, because that calamity was actually what took over the entire kingdom of Hyrule, putting it all into kinds of despair. So in the end of the day, it's not just about a boy chasing a girl.
So why you think people feel that way?
It's like I said before, it's probably because of the fact that they haven't really looked into the game. They haven't looked into the research of the game. They don't understand the backstory of the game. Because you have the goddess with her chosen hero, and that person, that chosen hero, has been passed down from generation to generation to generation to generation.
Yeah.
And Zelda herself has just been has incarnated as a human, and then from then on, her powers have just been transferred through her bloodline.
Yeah.
Ganondorf, on the other hand, is just a curse from demise.
That's true.
So, like I say, there's a whole bunch of extra pieces to this story that if you're not really looking at the story for real, you're not going to be able to see the stuff that's actually in there, that actually makes this game good, that actually makes it worth continually playing.
So where do you think somebody like that should start?
I would probably say, well, how many games did they say that they played?
Because I didn't say if they played the game, but looking at the comments, some people who was agreeing said that they played Ocarina of Time, and they said for something that was considered one of the best games, they didn't like it all that well. I played Ocarina of Time. Well, Ocarina of Time 5.
I mean, it's one of the GOATest games in the whole game series. Series.
Top 20 game of all time. Y'all true.
But I wouldn't give it that low. But
top 20 of all time?
Not top 20. I'd probably give it about top 5. But that's just me personally. As far as Zelda games are concerned.
Oh, Zelda game. Yeah,
Zelda games.
Top 3.
You know, I'd give it that.
Top 3.
And the reason I say top 5 is just because there are more Zelda games that have come out that are better in animation, better in graphics,
Yeah,
and
but
better
that-
in story.
But
But
in
ultimately,
story,
yes, in story,
Ocarina.
better than Ocarina. Yes. Do you want to know which ones?
You're killing me, man. Like I was with you the whole video, but now you're killing me.
No,
Ocarina's up there, Breath of the Wild's up
Because
there,
that's what I'm saying.
Majora's Mask is up there.
Majora's Mask, but then you also have some games that are basically considered off series, which is Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
That's one of my absolute favorite games.
That's a good one.
Because you get to actually play as a character named Linkle in that game. By the way, make her canon. Nintendo, make her canon. Make her canon. I will stand on this until I die. Make her canon. I don't care. And then Twilight Princess.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess. That has an amazing story.
It does. It does.
And so that's why I'm saying, like, Ocarina of Time for me is not on the top scale. What's my favorite video game? Majora's Mask. Just straight up. That's literally the best game in my opinion. Best game of the Zelda series in my opinion. Of course, it is basically the child of Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it just hits different. It feels different, and it's not Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. Some of the people in the comments, I was just looking at it, said that let me go back to it. Some of the people in the comments said that Final Fantasy is better.
Final Fantasy is better, but Link defeats Cloud. Okay.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just looking at it.
But no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, because Cloud, yeah, he has all these fancy abilities and everything like that. He has
some people said
Materia.
Here it is. They said I like Chrono Cross better. I like I don't know what that fucking this person just wow. They said these are my hot takes. They like Chrono Cross and Chrono Trigger better than Legend of Zelda. They like Legend of Korra better than The Last Airbender. They smoking.
Well, they smoking on that.
They smoking on that one.
They said Mega Man 3 is better than 2. Again, tripping. And Zelda 2, I'll see. Even though they said Zelda 2 is better than Zelda 1.
I will have to say that I disagree on that one. Only because, and this is obviously just personal opinion, when I played Zelda 1 and 2, it was difficult for me to play both games. But I was at least able to beat the first boss in the first game. So Zelda 2 is way more complicated and way more difficult. Yes, I can make it to the first boss in that game, but in Zelda 2, things are a lot more complicated. It's a complete side scroller. I hate side scrollers. So.
This person said his name. I ain't gonna say his name, but I was about to. But
don't
I ain't gonna do that.
Don't do that.
I'll just say his first name is Daniel.
Daniel. Okay.
It's right here.
Okay.
So that you can see I'm not lying to you. But
okay.
He says, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are boring.
Okay, I'll give you Tears of the Kingdom because it's basically just a reskin of Breath of the Wild in my opinion. And I can see why you would say that because there's not a whole lot of direction or guidance in either of those games.
I haven't played this game, but he also said Fire Emblem is better than Legend of Zelda. He's arguing with some people.
Fire Emblem?
It's better than Legend of Zelda.
Fire Emblem.
That's right. He's arguing with people.
Fire Emblem.
He's standing
Fire
on
Emblem.
He's standing
Fire
on his...
Emblem.
I'm dead ass like he's standing on his...
Fire Emblem.
He's standing on...
Okay, so I can give you that. I can tell you this. Okay, look. So the characters...
I haven't played Fire Emblem. I've seen
only,
gameplay, but I haven't played.
I played a little bit of Fire Emblem, so I know kind of what he's looking at.
Yeah.
But it's really the fuck not. And let me tell you why. So the way Fire Emblem is all set up and everything, it's basically like there's this giant map, right? And then you have your select characters, right? And you have to scale them across the map, but you can only do so far. It's kind of like chess almost.
Oh, okay.
And what I don't like about it is that when you have a character die, it's gone. It's gone. You don't get to play that character.
Permadeath.
Permadeath.
Gotcha.
Or at least in some of the, and at least the more recent ones. I mean, not recent ones, but the older ones, older Fire Emblem games. Characters die, they're gone forever. They're gone for good. You can't get them back.
Yeah.
And then they have equipment and everything like that. You can't get that shit back either. So I don't like Fire Emblem just for that case. But at the same time, I do agree that it is a fun game. But better than Zelda? Absolutely not.
That's it.
That's really it. That's really it. It's not better than Zelda. And that's because Zelda has an actual in-depth story where you can actually play through every inch of the game. And when you die, you don't have to worry about Link for dying forever. Technically.
Zelda sponsor him. This is the Zelda.
Right, yeah, I'm gonna say the same thing.
This is the Zelda
Nintendo Slam
of
sponsor.
everything. Sponsor this man.
Nintendo, I actually love you. You're actually one of my favorite video game consoles of all time. Goated. Oh. Like, comment, and subscribe, my friends, because in the end of the day, it is very appreciated, and we do need those coming through. And thank you guys for paying attention, watching, and chilling, and let's go ahead and get this thing.